night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Art Talk. So today I wanted to talk about what skills do you need in order to move forward? That's a very common question, and the best answer is, well, what do you want to do? This is what I think is so vital and important for every artist to ask themselves. What do I want to do? What area of this industry do I want to get into? Do I want to do comics? Do I want to get into animation? Do I want to do illustration? Do I want to do graphic design? Do I want to do animation? And having that true understanding of what it is that you want to do is going to help create the roadmap for what it is that you want, because having that map in order to know where you're going is vital, but also you need to know where you are. This is my current level. This is what I'm currently doing, but I need to get over there, and now I need to figure that out. So the most important thing one can do is research. You're going to do research by, of course, internet searching, just trying to see if there's any interviews you can find, any podcasts you can find of that person who works in this specific industry. But of course, the main thing too is going and actually contacting that person, interviewing them, doing it yourself, reaching out to them, asking them questions. Maybe you're going to go to a convention and you're going to meet the artist there and say, I'm looking to become a character designer. What it is that I need to do? What are people looking for in the portfolio? And that's what does a day-to-day job mean doing that? And every studio is going to be different. Time frame is going to be different. Some studios will expect you to do all your character design work per se in 1 week. Some of them will give you 3 weeks to do it. So knowing that, so that's going to be something you need to build a skill set in getting faster at drawing. You need to get a skill set maybe in a specific software program that you're not familiar with, and maybe you realize that I want to be an animator, I want to be a storyboard artist, character designer. Well, I need to improve my skill set on my gesture drawing and figure drawing, because that's going to help me. And the more you get a better understanding of the skills that are required for what it is that you need to do, that's your map. And now all it is, you're going to have to arrive at these destinations on your map and start just really working on those and realizing that, maybe I'm really struggling with my construction, and I know that's a vital thing in order for me to move forward. Okay, let me really spend the next however many months working on that. Maybe it's perspective that you really struggle with that, and you know that something's wrong with your drawings because you're not getting a better understanding of that. Composition, again, depends. What are you trying to achieve? Do you want to put together photo images to where you're creating book illustration or really any sort of illustration or visual concept design for that? Could be for a movie, could be for video games. There's a lot of different areas, but that's the first step. That's the first step in really trying to get better at what you do, because you can't just say, well, let me try everything. I'm going to do painting, and let me do figure drawing, and let me do this class and that class, and you're doing so many different things, but yet you don't really have a focus on that specific skill. All of a sudden you show up wanting that job, and they go, well, you don't have the skill set in that area or the experience. And sometimes it's hard to gain experience. It really is, where we are told, oh, in order to get hired for this job, you need to have so many years of experience doing this. Well, how do I get that? So you're going to have to start in smaller areas, and it's a build up, and it's a time building process, because nothing comes overnight. Nothing happens overnight. You know that all this sort of really takes time, but really knowing what skill sets are needed for where it is you want to go is step number one in order to get you to where you want to go. All right. So I hope that helps. Just a little food for thought. Maybe you're going to put some things aside and go, you know what, maybe I've been spending too much time on my digital painting with my drawings aren't even there yet, but I want to be a character designer. And you'll find out in this industry especially in the animation industry, and especially even more so in TV production, and it's in feature production, that you don't need to be a world-class painter in order to be a character designer. You just got to have great ideas. You got to have solid drawings. You got to have feeling, emotion, and character in there. You got to learn, again, all the processes of doing turnarounds and expressions and special poses and things like that. And your imagination is what's going to get you that job, all right? But also the execution of your draftsmanship plays a huge role. If I'm looking at your portfolio and it's just missing a lot of life and energy, well, what you got to work on, that's a skill set that you need to work on to improve. You got to start, what does that mean? That means I got to start drawing from life more. I got to start really paying attention to people's mannerisms and what's actually happening in their face and what's giving them that. Maybe you're struggling and you're not putting enough of hand movement into your drawings, all right? So a lot of things to consider, but thinking about that is one more step towards doing what it is that you want to achieve, all right? With that said, make it a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.